It feels so good to be back. We are back. Welcome to episode 19 of the Perspective Podcast, where I talk about music, lifestyle, fitness, and just anything related to music. This is going to be a beautiful podcast because we are finally back. I know that I did my podcast last week or the week before, if you saw it on my YouTube channel. Because of dumb reasons, I literally forgot the adapter that you can use in other countries. And instead of bringing an American one, I brought the Europe one, thinking that you can use that in the States. Which messed me up because I could not use my laptop, and I was not going to buy another one because it just would have been long. And I had to be selective with my spending. Man, but we are back. And we still have a lot to talk about that American trip because it was something. And I'm just glad to be back, bro, honestly. Literally, you don't know how gassed I am to be back. And I know that may sound like, oh, then you must have not enjoyed your trip. Oh, I loved that trip. It's my favorite trip I've ever done. It's just I'm good to be back, to get back to work. Even though I was working, but just get back straight to it, create new memories, and just to keep moving forward. I think that's what it's all about. Just to keep going. And man, boy oh boy. While I was in the States, I wrote some notes on the difference between America and UK. The difference is kind of crazy. But not that crazy. But I'm just get it going, yeah? Straight off the jump. People are more open to adventures. This is what I've realized. People are more open to do crazy different things in America than you would in UK. I mean, you get that in the UK, but in America it's just different. People are just more open, and it's crazy. No wonder why there's more success stories about people in America than people in UK. Or when you have an idea and people are more open to it compared to people in UK. It is literally factual because it's seen. And if my lips are dry, it's because I don't have any Vaseline. I've literally lost my Vaseline in the span of 3 days. It dropped when I was on the plane back, and then it dropped underneath a car, and I'm not willing to go all the way underneath to get the Vaseline because it would just ruin my outfit. Maybe that's my fault and my pride, but I was not willing to do that. Anyway, back to so people are more open to an adventure. My visions sound less crazy, which I can appreciate. When I say some things about business or anything related to that, it sounds less crazy to them, and it's actually mad. So it makes me realize, maybe I should be more crazy with my visions, because if they're taking it as it's okay and normal, then why not think out the box and be more crazy so that it's not normal to them, I think that's how you can spin their heads. And it's crazy, but yeah, people are more open to just more things, and it's not new. It's not new there, bro. It's just accepted. Everything is there, and they're willing to give. They are literally willing to give. How am I getting just a bottle of water from a guy's mansion after finishing a marathon? How am I getting represent socks from a guy that doesn't even work there? How am I getting these things when I didn't even do too much to get those things? All I did was just be nice, and this is what you get given. And it's so important to be nice to people, because the energy that you give out, it gets given back. And the reason why it may clash with some people is because they just are not like that. They are not even, word to Kendrick, but they are not like us. They are not like that. And it can be a form of envy or jealousy, because they are not satisfied with the way that they act, to the point that they have to try and do whatever they can in the tiniest form to bring it down. And while you're going through that situation, bro, give more love back, because it will literally get to them. That's the best revenge you can do. And it may be a controversial thing to say, but it really does. Love really kills everything, and it wins every time, because as soon as you turn it into something that's not, you lose. And I'm a victim for that. We all have moments, but yeah, love and kindness, it gets you far, because the things that has happened while I was there, it's ridiculous, and it's just from being authentic and yourself. I think that's the main thing too. Teslas are really common. I did not realize how common Teslas are. They are really the UK version of a Ford or a Fiat 500 or a Vauxhall. Really common. Like, it was mainly just, it was the most common car that I saw. Maybe because I was in LA and I was in the good area, but there was so many Teslas and Cybertrucks. If they brought Cybertrucks into the UK, that would be crazy. They could never bring that in the UK. You never know. Me saying that, there probably has been one already, but bringing that in the UK is crazy. It really is mad. But yeah, Tesla cars are so common. And I finally got to see a Tesla that has a sticker that is against Elon. I've seen so many clips or pictures of people that have a sticker that is against Elon on their car. So seeing that in real life was actually sick. And I'm not here to bring the man down, like, but damn, you have a Tesla, but you're putting a sticker on the car. It's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? That's actually ridiculous. And Uber drivers are way better than UK Uber drivers. And in terms of being better in just the way that the conversation, sometimes you don't want to speak to Uber drivers. You don't want to speak to anyone. You just want to get to your location, and that's okay. But when you want to speak, bro, they're actually better than the ones in the UK. Because tell me why I'm getting information, I'm getting knowledge from an Uber driver. Like, make it make sense. I'm getting help for something from an Uber driver. I've never had that experience from someone in the UK before. Because why would that even happen? Getting business knowledge from an Uber driver, that's insane. Like, it just shows the difference between energy here and there, and I can appreciate it. I can actually really appreciate it. Oh man, on here it says the man who nearly got his baby ran over, bro. So I was going to the Hollywood sign, and then I'm asking for directions off this guy, and he has his kid on a pushchair. So then while that is happening, we're on the hillside, so it's literally steep like this. Our car's coming over, move over to the side now, and then he forgets to put the brakes on the pushchair. Bro, the pushchair starts flying off slowly as the car's coming. Bro, it was literally this close for the baby getting hit from the car. I'm not even lying. I could not believe my eyes. And as that happened, thank God the guy had quick reaction time. He got the like baby off from the pushchair, moved it quickly. Bro, the car was literally this close, and then the car stopped. We're all looking at each other. I'm thinking, fuck, I don't even know this guy, and I've just seen him nearly like get his kid run over. Bro, like, that is ridiculous. And then the car like leaves because obviously he's moved the pushchair away. He goes, oof, at least the baby wasn't awake. Like, bro, if that was me, yo, I'd actually just walk away and leave. Because I wouldn't. But because that is insane. That is not the first thing that I'm saying. Like, at least the baby wasn't awake, because that was crazy. Bro, the baby did not even say or do anything, bro. The baby was asleep. And for the rest of his life, it is going to have to live without knowing what would have happened to him, because that is crazy. But yeah, that was an experience that was not expected to be had at all. Also, they love cactus. There's just cactus everywhere. Is that why Travis Scott has the vision of just Cactus Jack? Because there's so many cactus. There's so many cacti. So many. Am I saying the plural correct? I don't know, but there's so many cacti. It's mad. Like, there's a lot of cactus in America. Well, in LA anyway. What else is there to talk about? Oh, there's so much to talk about. An artist that I keep talking about, Miggy. His music is phenomenal, and I see why the people over in the States love his music. It just makes sense. Listen to his music when you go to like a coffee shop, or when you're on a run, or when you're just exploring life. Listen to his music, and listen to his album, 2 Star and the Dream Police. That album, listen to it. It is a phenomenal album. And I'm going to tell you my favourite songs off that album, because everything about that album, bro, is near enough perfect that even though it came out last year, it is going to be my most streamed album of the year. He's definitely going to be my top artist in my Spotify rap this year. Him and Sam Fender. The 2 different parallels from Drake and Travis is insane. So you have songs like How Many Miles. That one there, ridiculous. Then you got D&M, Ridiculous. You Got It, which may be my favourite song on the album because it just sounds smooth. Just imagine the scenes. You're on a, like, not even you're on a run, but you're just deep in life, yeah. You're seeing the sunset, and it's just, the sunset is never ending. It's just at its peak sunset time. That is literally what this album sounds like, and that's what it brings. It just brings straight euphoric vibe. This album could literally be my whole playlist, and that's all I need. This album, Dreamstar and The Two Police. Come on now, focus. Two Star and The Dream Police. It is such a good album. Like, not a lot of people know about Miggy till this day, and I've literally spoken about him a lot of times this year. But he is, oh my gosh, his music is really good. And it just really brings the indie and the R&B feel to music. And it makes me realize how important instruments are for a song. A good guitar, a good bass guitar, good drums, good vocals, both of that, good synths, all of that into one. It just makes you realize, okay, this is what music is about. And even though I love rap, hearing that is just, it's absolute cinema, to the point that I just have nothing but respect for it. And just, yeah, can play that all the time. No matter what mood you're in, it calms you down, makes you happy, makes you deep life, especially the song I Want. Damn. Honestly, it really is like a blonde album to me. Nothing will be like a blonde album. That's a crazy comparison. But in terms of whatever mood you like, you can just listen to that. And it's very minimal, but it's just very good. Very, very good. And I just love that album, bro. So I'd recommend for you to listen to it if you haven't. Tap into it because it's a good album. And yeah, that was the album that I was listening to the most while I was in the States. And of course Astroworld, because of course Coachella. I'm never forgetting that we got to meet Travis Scott. We got to meet him. That is in the Hall of Fame forever. And he recorded off this phone. See this phone here. I'm never letting this phone go. Like, bro, it's all God. It has nothing to do with me how that happened. I still can't believe. I mean, I can now, but it's just mad how that happened. It just was not meant to happen. It really wasn't, and it made me realize that all because of a mindset, you can really attract to anything that you want in life. It's just about having that mentality and then just getting it done, no matter what. And it's crazy how it just all happened. It really is mental, and I can't wait for more situations where we have these moments where it's just, it may be unrealistic and we just find a way to make it realistic. You know, I think that's the beauty of things, and it's mental. So Astroworld and Miggy's album were my top albums that I kept listening to, just back to back. And of course, I'd always listen to my playlists. I was listening to a lot of Sam Fender. I was listening to a lot of indie. I was listening to a lot of rap. Like, those type of albums, they just make sense when you're away. It just always makes sense. Listen to music when you're abroad, it just hits different. As well as Honestly Nevermind, that album as well. No matter where you are when you're abroad, it just sounds good. Of course, it has to be somewhere warm and hot. That is that type of album, because it sounds really, really good. The whole experience of just that album is just top tier. My favourite song is still Text Go Green, and it will forever be that, because even that song is phenomenal. It is phenomenal, bro. And yeah, it's mad. It's mental. While being in America, it's really shifted my focus on perspective and just everything in terms of the creative style, and being in the selective stores, being in the different environments. It just gathered little pieces together that it's really just opened my eyes to, like, okay, we can actually do this. Bro, so I was in so many vinyl stores, bookstores. It made me realize as well that vinyl stores and bookstores are so much better in America than here. So much better. Vinyl stores, they go crazy. They literally have every album that you can think of. Bro, they literally had Miggy's album. I was this close to getting it, but it's not wise. It was not wise to do that, because things are a bit expensive there, and it depends on what you get while you are there. You have to be smart, and if you have cash to splash, hey, go crazy. But we were on a budget and we had to move very diligent to the point that near enough starving sometimes. But we still managed, we're still alive, we're still well. Like literally, I was losing so much weight. And that may be, of course, because I was going on runs. I wasn't going to the gym. I only did the workout once. And that was a free gym workout. And it was a session. It was basically high rocks. It was a half cardio session and half strength training. It was really good as well from Orange Fitness Theory, and they have wristbands on. So you put your wristband as you're doing your workout, and as you continue to get more intense in your workout, the colours change. So it starts from grey, yellow, orange, blue, and red. Red being the most intense, and and grey being like you're not doing anything, and you're supposed to stay. It's good to be at green or blue and a red, but it's not good to be at red for a long time because that's your anaerobic. I think that's the word, anaerobic. And then obviously your aerobic is like the green. But yeah, honestly, things in America is just very different, and it makes you realize that you can accomplish anything. And I hope this podcast motivates anyone to just take that risk and do it, because even though it may come with a lot of baggage, bro, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that you can't not do, because you can accomplish anything. It really is just all about having that mentality and just getting it done, because there were so many moments while being there. And bear in mind, I was solo traveling. Anyone can solo travel. Like, to anyone that hears this, solo travel, go out your comfort zone, go to those places, because an experience it is meant to be had, and it will be given to you. If you do the mundane, you will get the mundane. We are not doing no mediocrity. That's the word. We're not doing no mediocrity. We are not doing that. Go and do that trip. Go and do that thing that you want to do. Be delusional, because sooner enough or later, people are going to realize, and if more people are going to bring you down, keep it stepping. I think the best thing is only you know from within, and as long as you keep that going, bro, that's all that's important. And that is literally what happened during this trip. So many things going on, so many opportunities, and so many just exploring, and that's the beauty of it. You got to get yourself out there and just do it, because no one is really going to save you. And I speak to my mom about this, and obviously the popular saying is life is not black and white, and it isn't. It's not black and white, but even while it's not black and white, I choose to see my world as glue. I choose to see my world as gold and blue, and it's not even my world, it's God's world. We're just living in it, and I choose to see it as gold and blue. Gold for righteousness, and then blue for stillness, and just we will forever find a way. We will forever find a way in that lifestyle. Putting yourself out there, get yourself out your comfort zone. You are going to experience, and you're going to have an adventure in whatever you do, and that's the important of things. We all wanting or striving to do better, and when you see someone doing something, sometimes it can be a bit difficult, because like, damn, what are we actually doing here? But you are doing more than enough. So don't let anyone steal your thunder, or don't let anyone tell you that you are not more than enough, because trust me, you are, and you will forever keep winning, and you will forever keep growing. So keep that going and keep that in your heart. Whatever you love to create, do that, because it is a beautiful thing to create out there. That is the most knowledgeable thing. You can literally record anything and it will always be received, even if you're just one person. I was watching Tyler, the Creator's interview. I saw a clip, and he was saying it does not matter about the number. What matters is your intention, and do what you love. Eventually, it will be seen. Of course, it's not meant for everyone, and that's okay. But if you truly believe it, there's nothing that you can't achieve, and that's a fact. But yeah, take that solo trip. You will meet people, you will meet friends, and it's good to be by yourself, because it's good to as well just to appreciate things while you're on your own, in your own time, and you get to see how beautiful life is. We really went to the observatory, Hollywood sign, museums, vinyls and bookstores, Coachella, Coachella is an experience as well. This is 2 weeks later, and this is really an overview of how that was. Honestly, it's amazing. I understand the hype now, and it really is a good festival, and I'm excited to keep going. And it will get, I keep saying it will get to the point that we will literally work with people to the point that we don't even have to pay for a ticket, because it is too expensive for us to do that by ourselves. It really is. And if my content was good enough, damn, I apologize. But we just keep going, we keep standing, and we keep pushing at all times, because that is the whole point of the podcast, and that's the whole point of the movement. And just getting yourself out there. You know, you can't stay boxed. You can't keep yourself in that box. You have to keep going, bro. And it's crazy because while I was there too, I realized I don't want to be. Of course, I love doing music content, but I don't want to be boxed off just doing that. Like, there's so much that you can do. There's so much in this world that you can do. And I was watching KSI's podcast, and well, not KSI's. He was on a I don't know. I forgot the podcast name, but he was saying in order to continue to grow, you don't want to keep staying locked in doing the same thing. You want to get yourself out there, think out the box, and do things outside the box. That's why I think this podcast is amazing, because it really is a good food being brought back to life. The women there in America are actually really nice. The women are really nice. I don't really have a type. I like all colours, but the snow bunnies there were also beautiful. The Latinas there too, amazing. They're really amazing, and just have to admire it. That was not my objective though. I was literally just there to, have a good time, explore, and to just create. And it stayed that way. I was still waking up early, especially during Coachella period, to do my journaling and Bible studies. And then straight after that, bro, we'd go to the festival or film content in the morning, so that during the day you don't have to worry about getting things out there. Like, if you think that the work output goes crazy now, just just watch how crazy things are going to get, because it really is just the beginning. And you have to have that mindset, because it really is just the beginning. I went to a vinyl store, and it was called Counterpoint Records and Books Vinyls. That store right there, Counterpoint, it is my favourite vinyl and bookstore that I have ever been to. And what made it even better, I got to speak to the founder, the owner of Counterpoint, and her name's called Season, right? Such a beautiful woman, bro. Such a beautiful and amazing woman. Like, the way she spoke about the business and her and her husband, about the way that they brought this store together, it's amazing. And the best advice that she gave to me was, like, I asked her, what's the best thing to do to grow with the business? Just to keep going. And as mundane or as simple as it is, just to keep going. And as long as you have passion, then it can take you far, because nothing matters other than just doing what you love to do and just keeping that intention there, because you will continue to grow and put that fruit into life, because that's something that you love, that you're giving out, and it's being brought back into you. And just keep going, freestyle, because it's crazy how she was still saying she's still freestyling, and I don't know how old she is, but she looked like she was in her 70s and 60s or 70s, and it's mad, like, someone that at that age is still saying that. And it makes me realize, bro, why am I worrying about taking things too serious when you can still freestyle no matter what age you are? And whatever happens, it's your story. Don't let anyone take that from you, or don't think that you have to have a crazy amount to do well, because you will always do well. It really is just about the mindset and keeping your intentions pure, having your pure intentions and pure mind about people. It sets you far. If you don't, it can be difficult. I believe that you always will find your way. It just will be a bit difficult if the way that you maneuver is a bit challenging towards others, literally. Especially if you want to do something to build your brand or something. Sometimes you really have to examine how you move and how you think, because you may be doing something that you may not want to do, or doing something that is just not you, bro. And you've got to realize that, and you've got to keep going and just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because that's all that matters. Keep going and keep the love going and the foundation strong, because that is everything to life, bro. That is literally everything to life. I was listening to this song called Live Well. I'm gonna play like the tiniest bit of it, actually. The tiniest bit. Like, bro, just off that, yeah, that's how you know that it's a phenomenal song. And I was I was listening to that song when I was in the States, yeah. And then I was on a run. I did a marathon. I did a marathon when I was in LA. And let me talk about that experience. That experience was amazing. It was hell, but it was amazing. Because bear in mind, I only had one gel. There was no, I didn't have no other water. I just had one gel. Okay, so we land in LA on the Wednesday, and then on the Thursday, I already knew I was going to do this marathon. So I'm like, okay, gonna get some rest. I'm gonna try carb load. So I had this big pizza. I know that's probably not the best thing to have before a marathon, but I had pizza. I had my pizza, and then it was a large one, $10, good value of price. The next day, getting ready to go on this marathon. I was staying in a hostel. Shout out to the lady, because she was really nice. She gave me some like breakfast and stuff. Fire. I needed that, because all I was gonna have was an apple or an orange. So I had that. Had my supplements. Had my electrolyte before we go. For this run, I knew we're not gonna get a fast time, because this is not even a proper marathon. I'm gonna have to cross the roads, so I'm gonna have to stop for cars to keep going. So cool. We do this. We're running now. First 10 kilometers, calm, and I'm literally just looking around, just in awe of like just the creation of the way the world is. Just I'm loving everything while I'm running, and I'm running slow, and I'm not listening to music. I was not listening to music for a while, because I was also recording as well. I was recording my experience for TikTok. Tap into my content, by the way. But I was also just recording my experience, and then I was just looking around, and it was beautiful, bro. 15k in, nice. There's a lot of hills in LA, and bro, it was torture. A lot of hills, but we still kept going, because we're just going with the breeze. We're not trying to go quick. And then it got to 20 kilometers, when during that moment we was at Venice Beach. Man, that was actually amazing. We got to Venice Beach, and I can't lie to you, I stopped, because I wanted to actually just look around at Venice Beach and take it in. So we got to Venice Beach, and we went to the viewing point where you can see the ocean and the land. And there was some random people there. So I was like, I asked one of them to take a picture of me, because this is history, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get this experience often. So I was like, yeah, can you take a picture of me? He's like, we're doing this marathon. So I'm drenched in sweat. I'm literally halfway through a marathon. I'm literally like hitting one of these. We get the picture. We continue running. I can't believe we're just running past Venice Beach, and then we go to Santa Monica Beach. GTA, bro. We're in GTA. This whole marathon, I was literally running through the important maps of GTA, and it was amazing. I loved it. I'd recommend anyone to do that. So yeah, past Venice Beach, and I'm starting to feel a little bit like, okay, yeah, this is good, but we're just getting through. I think at the 20, it's either 20k or 25k when I took my gel. But anyway, so we passed Venice Beach, and you know when you leave Venice Beach or on GTA, you got Venice Beach, and you've got that moment where it's a big steep hit, like stairs, and then you go up, and then you go into like the road area. Bro, that was the only area that I could leave Santa Monica, so I had to go up that part, the stairs. And bear in mind, oh my gosh, I was not nice, bro. Doing a marathon and then running upstairs is not nice. So we was doing that now, yeah. And then we finished that now. Cool, we got that done. And then just bare traffic lights after Santa Monica. Traffic lights after traffic light. I'm like, damn, this is not nice. But we keep going now. We're just doing it. Cool. And then there's just hills again. I'm not liking it, but we're getting it done. A crazy thing as well. I did this marathon and I did not even warm up. I did not do no stretches. I did not do no warm up. So if I can do that and not have any injuries, anyone can do that. You can literally do a marathon without having to warm up. And it's not even like, say, I tried, bro. Not a single thought about warming up popped in my mind like, yo, let's warm up. And I've never done that before. I've never actually done that before. And I've never ran that far in my life. I've never done 42 kilometers. I've never ran that far in my life. 42.2 kilometers, never. The furthest I've ran is 25 kilometers, and that was back in December. I run consistently, but I don't do long. Well, I do 10Ks, 15Ks, but I don't do that long, so I was not even training. So already this was like, okay, this could go terribly wrong. Bro, nothing. So we're running now. If we get to 25K or like 30K, I'm thinking, damn, okay, so I take my gel. It's all hitting now. And as we keep going, we're going to like Beverly Hillsides. Bro, I was so tired. That 30K hit, and I'm thinking, damn, time is going slow. But we just keep going. I start listening to music during like 25K. That's when I started listening to music. But man, it was difficult. The 30K was the longest. That's when I hit the part where I was like, yeah, I do not feel good at all. And I only had one gel. I guarantee you, if I had more than one gel, I'd be good, but I only had one. I had to stop to a store to get some water because I was thirsty. That was literally my only stop, to get some water and to also look at Venice Beach, because it was really bad. I was dying, and I did not stop. I only like fully stopped running when we got to 36K. That was when I couldn't keep going. I was just walking. And when that happens, bro, it's not nice because you're going to keep stopping. And I was running and I'd stop, running and I'd stop. But the nice thing, we got to Beverly Hills now, and we're in like the hills area, the nice houses, and I was just running around the houses, the nice houses. I kept going in circles because I wanted to go to Represent. And it's crazy because before I got there, I was like, I want to go to Represent, but I was thinking, I'm not sure how we're going to do that because it's far. So it's mad how we're running, and we didn't really have a plan of the map. We were just going straight. As long as we hit Santa Monica and Venice Beach, then we're cool. So I was like, realized that Santa Monica's not far from Beverly Hills. So I was like, cool, let's keep going. So I was running around Beverly Hills for time. Bro, I was getting tired. I was so tired, bro. It was not nice. And then, yeah, walking for a little bit, walking, running. And then I was like, you know what, for the last kilometer or so, I'm going to listen to some music. I listened to that song, Live Well. Music does not sound good when you're about to die. Bro, music does not sound good when you're on the verge of death. Of course, that's very dramatic, but music does not sound good when life is just, when you're actually like, you're dying, bro. It sounded very distorted. It didn't sound normal. It sounded weird to the point that I couldn't even listen to it. That I was like, yeah, we're not doing this. It sounded slow. Everything just sounded off. Honestly, everything sounded off, bro. But then straight after that, we finished the marathon. And then it's crazy that as soon as I finished, I needed water. Some guy walks out the house and I'm like, excuse me, bro, can I have water, please? I've just finished the marathon. I'm very thirsty. I look to the right. This guy's house is a fucking mansion. Thinking, yo, this is ridiculous. This is actually mad. So, hey, I got some water off some guy who stays in a mansion. Not a lot of people can say that. But then after that, we walked straight into Represent because we were not far from Represent. We go into Represent now, and I'm just trying to look around, and I'm saying, yo, like, like, apologies for the way that if I'm like sweaty or whatever, I've just done a marathon. And the guy's like, no way, you just did a marathon? And I'm like, yeah, bro, just did a marathon. He was like, give me a sec, hold up right there, let me go to the back and get you something. I'm thinking, what? Bro, brother comes back and gives me he gives me some of the Cadence products, the Cadence Fuel Bar and the Cadence Energy Drink. Hey, I'm a Cadence type of guy now. Yeah, that shit was beautiful. I needed it because I was on the verge of death. Shout out to the people there because they were so nice, honestly. And shout out to the guy that gave me the Represent socks. What a G, because honestly, that is a beautiful way to finish a marathon. Getting some Cadence bars and some Cadence energy drink, and then just having some free water and then some free Represent socks. Beautiful. And then straight after that, went back to the hostel, and then we ended up eating some In-N-Out burger, which was needed. A good celebration for the way the day was, because man, that marathon was serious. And honestly, I would do it again. I love doing a marathon run, but we're going to train proper because we do not train proper. I got that marathon in 4 hours 24 minutes. On the app, it says we completed it, that the whole thing, in 4 hours 24, but it says 4 hours 30 something. But I'm gonna say 4 hours 24 because if that's what it's saying overall, that's what it's saying. I'll literally show you proof. I'll show you a screenshot. But yeah, we got that going. We did a marathon in LA, and it was on the same week that the London Marathon was on, because I really wanted to do the London Marathon, but we couldn't do that. But we're gonna get our running back on. So yeah, if you go to another country, do a full marathon because it's a good way to explore, and it really is. Wow. But yeah, bro, my American experience has been ridiculous. The people that I'm meeting, the music, the festival, Coachella, beautiful festival. I'd honestly say that's my favorite festival because there's so much to do there. Even though we explored a lot, we did not explore everything because there's so much to explore. There's so much to do, so much music, so many artists, and it really makes you realize that there's more to a festival than just a Rolling Loud or Wireless. Don't get me wrong, those festivals are really good, but it just makes you realize how clear these festivals are, like a Glastonbury as well. It really brings everything into one, and that's why they're so good, because of how clear it is. But yeah, so many experiences, so many good people, so many good vibes. I struggled mentally sometimes. That last podcast, I was really in a bad space mentally. But, you know, I'm so grateful that we still got the work going and we still did it. And I'm grateful that we did the podcast. I'm grateful that we had the experience. And I'm grateful that we got to do that together. And I hope that it motivates you. And I hope this podcast motivates you as well, because, man, it is mental out there. And, yeah, it's just crazy because life is just ridiculous. And with whatever you put out there, you will get that done, and we did that together, and I'm very grateful and blessed. But yeah, man, there's just so much more. But yeah, Counterpoint Record Vinyl Store, Susan, she's really motivating me with the way that the ideas that we've got for perspective and just creating content. And yeah, it's mental, bro. It's mental. So yeah, whatever idea you want to do, get that going. It is not too crazy, because we want to be crazy, because that is where things pop off. Whatever idea you want to do it, because it is crazy. If you have anything that you want to do, just keep going, bro. You are okay, and you are loved. You are more than worthy. You are thriving. You are doing well. And always do what you love to do. Listen to your music. And the album of the day that I will say for you right now, the album of the day, actually not even album of the day, song of the day, Head in a Jar by Kamari. Yeah, I think Kamari. Yeah, Head in a Jar by Kamari. He's back with new music, and his music is really good. So yeah, listen to that because it will always slap. Mental health check as well. How are you feeling? Hope you are feeling okay. Hope you're enjoying the podcast. Hope you're staying tuned, and hope you are, enjoying the vibe. We have a lot of things to do with perspective. But what matters is just getting just getting the work done, getting things out there, and just spreading the love and joy. We have a lot of things that we will be doing, and you will be the first to know. I don't want to say too much, but we're just going to let time do its thing and just let the work be there. We have guests that we have coming on, and we're going to get things well, and we're going to continue to stay lit, because this is a community, and I'm grateful for this podcast. We're grateful for the storm, because it makes days like this very, very, very worth it. And yeah, that is all I've literally got to say for this episode. That is my American trip. That is the music that I've been listening to, and I hope you guys are okay. Mentally, I'm doing good, way better than I was when I was in that rut. Way better. I'm okay, managing, working a lot, grafting a lot, creating a lot, but we're doing a lot in God's name, in willing. We are getting things done, and I hope everyone's doing okay and taking care of themselves. But yeah, that's episode 19 of Perspective Podcast. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you like, follow, comment, everything. Just stay in tune with the community. Follow my Instagram, Perspective, and I'll see you guys next week.